Ben Hildebrand and 12-year-old Eric Kirby go parasailing around the waters of Isla Sorna. The boat crew mysteriously disappear in a brief moment obscured by fog, forcing Ben to detach the line. He and Eric drift towards the island. On the mainland, Dr. Alan Grant has become famous after his involvement at Jurassic Park, while Ellie Sattler is married to a State Department employee named Mark and has 2 children. Grant discusses with Sattler how raptors are far more intelligent than they had previously believed. At a dig site, Grant's assistant Billy Brennan demonstrates how he can use a 3D printer to replicate a velociraptor larynx. Paul and Amanda Kirby, an apparently wealthy couple, offer Grant funding for his research if he will give them an aerial tour of Isla Sorna. Grant is desperate for research funding and reluctantly agrees. He flies there with Paul, Amanda, Billy, and the Kirby's mercenary associates, Udesky, Cooper, and their pilot Nash. On the plane, Grant learns that the Kirbys actually plan to land on the island. When Grant opposes, he is knocked out by Cooper and wakes to discover they have landed. A Spinosaurus approaches the group, who board the plane to escape without waiting for Cooper. The Spinosaurus devours Cooper on the runway, and the plane crashes in the forest after hitting the dinosaur. Stranded on a treetop, Nash is also devoured by the dinosaur. Fleeing, the survivors briefly lose the Spinosaurus but encounter a Tyrannosaurus. The Spinosaurus returns, but the group escapes while the 2 dinosaurs fight each other, with the Spinosaurus winning by breaking the T-Rex's neck. Grant, demanding the truth from the Kirbys, learns they are actually a middle-class divorced couple who are looking for their son Eric and Amanda's boyfriend Ben, who have been missing on the island for 8 weeks. Later, the group finds the parasail with Ben's corpse attached. The group takes the parasail and then encounter raptor nests. They find an abandoned InGen compound, where they are chased by a raptor which eventually contacts the rest of its pack. The humans flee into a herd of Corythosaurus and Parasaurolophus, causing a stampede, separating Grant and Udesky from the others. Udesky is attacked by raptors, who leave him barely alive on the ground in an attempt to lure the others out of the tree they had climbed into. Amanda is nearly killed by the raptors when she tries to descend to help Udesky, and upon the failure of their trap, the raptors kill Udesky before departing. Elsewhere, Grant suspects that the raptors are searching for something while observing 2 of them communicating. He becomes cornered by the raptors, but is rescued by Eric, who managed to survive in an overturned water truck. The next day, Grant and Eric hear Paul's satellite phone ringing and are reunited with the Kirbys and Billy. Paul explains that he gave the phone to Nash before he was devoured. The group is then chased by the Spinosaurus, the source of the ringing phone. After the group escapes, Grant discovers Billy took 2 raptor eggs to use for funding, which provoked the raptor attacks. Grant decides to keep the eggs to ensure the group's survival. The group unknowingly enters a large aviary used to house pteranodons, which attack the group and fly away with Eric. Billy rescues Eric by using Ben's parasail, but is then attacked and seemingly killed by the pteranodons. The rest of the group escapes the aviary, unintentionally leaving the door unlocked. They make their way downriver using a boat. That night, the group retrieves the ringing phone, buried in the feces of the Spinosaurus. As rain falls, Grant tries to contact Sattler, but the Spinosaurus attacks the boat. Grant sets the boat's fuel on fire and burns the Spinosaurus, causing it to flee. The next day, the group makes their way towards the shoreline, but are surrounded by the raptors. The eggs are surrendered to the raptors, while Grant uses the replicated raptor larynx to confuse the pack, who run off with the eggs. The humans flee to the coast and find that Sattler had called in the US Marine Corps and the US Navy to rescue them. They discover that Billy, while seriously injured, is still alive and has also been rescued. As they leave the island, they see the pteranodons flying free, and Grant says they are looking for new grounds.